A tale about the soulful wisdom of nature. In a quaint village nestled at the foot of a majestic mountain range, there lived a young woman named Larissa. She was known throughout the village for her radiant spirit, her love for nature, and her deep connection to the world around her. But what set Larissa apart from everyone else was her ability to hear the voice of her soul. Larissa had always been fascinated by nature. As a child, she would spend hours exploring the dense forests, following the babbling brooks, and gazing at the stars in the night sky. It was in these moments of solitude that she began to feel a profound connection to the world around her. She would walk through the cool running water on her bare feet and listen. It was during one of these moments that she first heard the voice of her soul. The voice was like a whisper on the wind, a gentle murmur that seemed to rise from deep within her. It was a voice that spoke of love, of compassion, and of a greater purpose in life. Larissa couldn't quite explain it, but she knew that this inner voice was different from her thoughts and desires. It was the voice of her soul, guiding her towards a life of meaning and fulfillment. One sunny morning, as Larissa wandered deeper into the forest, she encountered a wise old oak tree that stood tall and majestic. Its branches reached out like ancient arms, and its roots dug deep into the earth. Larissa felt an irresistible pull towards the tree, and she decided to embrace it and seek its wisdom. As she embraced the oak, she closed her eyes and took a deep breath. She listened to the sounds of the forest, the rustling of leaves, the chirping of birds, and the soft hum of the wind. She quieted her mind and allowed herself to be fully present in the moment. It was in this stillness that she heard the voice of her soul more clearly than ever before. "Listen, Larissa," the voice whispered. "Listen to the heartbeat of the earth, to the ancient wisdom of the trees, and the sounds of the creatures around you. In these sounds, you will find the guidance you seek." Larissa nodded and listened intently. She heard the steady rhythm of the earth beneath her as if it were the heartbeat of a living being. She felt the presence of the trees, each one telling a story of growth and resilience. And she heard the birds singing their songs, each note filled with a message of joy and freedom. Over the years, Larissa spent countless hours in the forest, learning to attune herself to the voice of her soul. She found that nature was a powerful teacher, a source of endless wisdom and inspiration. She discovered that the soul's voice could be heard in the rustling of leaves, the babbling of brooks, and the delicate swaying of grass in the breeze. Larissa was hiking up the mountainside one day when she came to a crystal-clear lake in the mountains. It was nestled high in the peaks, surrounded by wildflowers and the songs of mountain birds. She felt drawn to the water's edge, and as she knelt to touch the surface, she heard the voice of her soul once more. The voice whispered, "Larissa, look into the depths of the lake. See your reflection, and see the reflection of the world around you. In the stillness of this moment, you will find clarity and truth." Larissa gazed into the lake, and as she saw her reflection, she also saw the reflection of the mountains, the sky, and the trees. She realized that, in that moment, she was not separate from the world around her, but deeply connected to it. The voice of her soul reminded her that we are all part of the same tapestry of life and that our actions have a ripple effect on the world. Larissa continued her journey, now with a deeper understanding of how to recognize the voice of her soul. She knew it spoke through the beauty of nature, moments of silence, and her connection with the world around her. It was a voice that guided her towards a life of purpose and service, reminding her of her responsibility to protect and nurture the natural world. As the years passed, Larissa's reputation as a guardian of nature grew. Her unwavering efforts were focused on protecting the forests, rivers, and wildlife. She inspired others to listen to the voice of their soul and to connect with the natural world. The village transformed into a place of harmony and sustainability, where people lived in harmony with the land and all its inhabitants. One evening, as Larissa sat by the river, watching the sunset over the mountains, she heard the voice of her soul once more. "Larissa, you have listened well," it said. You have followed your path and shared your wisdom with others. Now, it is time to pass on your knowledge to the next generation. Larissa smiled, knowing that her life had been a beautiful journey of listening to her soul and serving the world. She had recognized the voice of her soul in the rustling leaves, the ancient trees, and the mountain lake. And now, she would continue to share the wisdom she had gained with those who would carry the torch forward. In the end, Larissa's tale became a legend in the village, a story of a woman who had learned to recognize the voice of her soul in the embrace of nature. Her legacy lived on in the hearts of the villagers, who continued to honor and protect the natural world, guided by the whispers of their souls. Consequently, the village flourished, a place where the voice of the soul was heard and loved, and where the beauty of nature was maintained for future generations. A great way to listen to your whispering soul is the practice of meditation. You can visit the link in the description for additional information on meditation. Thanks for watching.